Now I'm going to skip my usual beginning and ending to this video because it's very short. It will be about that new Budweiser Super Bowl commercial called Puppy Love. And that video is not nearly as important as last year's Hyundai commercial or this year's very sinister iPad commercial. But nonetheless, it is talking about the arrival of the Antichrist. Now, of course, for most people, this will be just a warm, fuzzy little story, and it's very popular. It's gotten over 20 million views just on YouTube. And I really don't think the creators of this commercial knew what they were doing. It's just that the arrival of the Antichrist is so embedded now in our culture that these types of commercials promote the idea even without the creators knowing what they are doing. So let's take a look at the beginning of this Budweiser commercial called Puppy Love. Please note the name on the sign, Warm Springs. That is code for Lake of Fire, which is where our puppy dog hero comes from. Well, isn't that cute? It's hard to believe that a beer manufacturer is going to try to sell their product through a puppy dog. But of course, this puppy dog is more than just a cute, warm, fuzzy animal. He is a symbol for the Antichrist. And how do we know that? Because he breaks the rules. He goes under the fence. In other words, he is the lawless one. And now we see him in the next scene making friends with one of the beasts of the apocalypse. Of course, those of you who do not read your Bible, he makes friends with a horse. So we see this commercial is about the puppy love between a dog and a horse. Or is it between two beasts of the apocalypse? That would be the Antichrist and the false prophet. Of course, any warm, fuzzy story is going to have boy meeting girl. But that's only if they let the false prophet and the Antichrist rule mankind. At first, this collaboration between the false prophet and the Antichrist is broken up by mankind, as symbolized by the man and the woman. Never let it be said that the Antichrist is not persistent in his plan to rule mankind, and he breaks the law again and again. But this time the woman tries to sell the puppy. However, a mere commercial transaction is not going to stop the two beasts, and even the false prophet is willing to break the law by jumping the fence. So now this third attempt by mankind to separate the Antichrist and the false prophet ends in total failure, as the false prophet chases after the car of the guy who bought the puppy dog, and he is stopped dead in his tracks by the four horses of the apocalypse. Will the end time signs and wonders in this commercial never cease? The Antichrist is riding with mankind, stopped by the four horses on the left and the false prophet on the right. Do you suppose the creators of this Budweiser Super Bowl commercial did know what they were doing? Next we see the greatest end times miracle of all time. The puppy dog leading the five horses. That is, the Antichrist leading the four horses of the apocalypse and the false prophet. Now, when mankind sees this great miracle, of course he is going to embrace the Antichrist. And all eyes are on the Antichrist at the happy, happy ending of this fuzzy fairy tale. So, did you get the moral of this end times fairy tale? If the man and the woman want to live together in harmony at the garden gate, they have to embrace the rule of the beasts.